looking at Trump getting elected, the first thing it meant for us was that the US dollar is very strong right now. The Canadian dollar is also weak, I think, because, of our government chaos and then our lack of economic growth that we've had over the past really 6 years. So the first implication for us was currency. Working in Mexico, we purchase in USD, we sell in Canadian. So for us, the currency exchange really matters. So we had to act very quickly in two ways. One, I went to my manufacturers and I actually got a currency discount where I said, I'm paying you in USD. This is helping you. It's worth more in pesos to you, and that's what you pay for people in. And then the second is we use forward contracts a lot. So we'll buy, the right at 3 to 6 months of currency at a certain exchange rate. And that at least gives us some cost certainty. And it also helps us take advantages of bounces in the market.
You're using Canadian steel, you're manufacturing in Canada, but 90% of your home sales are into the United States. So if steel is heavily tariffed, the price of your goods goes up by a quarter, correct? Ish, approximately.
Manufactured housing, there's a lot of need for manufactured housing in the United States and Canada right now. And so the tariff code on that is actually typically smaller. So once we combine everything into a beautiful package, the same as if you're shipping down glass and steel for a greenhouse, you get tariff different than if you manufacture that greenhouse and ship it down. So the problem isn't that something is real right now. The problem is that we actually don't know what the outcome is going to be. And so we have to think about, when we are trying to sleep, right, 95 different things at a time that could hit us out of left field.
But this whole thing, this whole dust up has been a bit of a wake-up call, including for consumers, right?
Absolutely. And I think that beauty brands in general, I think we're headed into more of a less is more era. So I feel like for us, we were like steamrolling into product innovation. We'd kind of taken our foot off the gas the last couple of years. We were working through our inventory that we had to stockpile during COVID, and it was time now to innovate some new products. We're looking at that differently now. So I feel like brands are going to be focusing more on what we have, the effectiveness of what we have, and being very, very mindful of what we're bringing in and how we're using our resources. That's how it affects our brand the most, for sure. And then I think this is going to really stagnate our growth in the US as well. But right now it's interesting, Ryan, because we're seeing an urgency from those online US clients. Mm-hmm. They are buying, and you're probably finding the same thing as well.
And this is an interesting question for all of you, is like, are US customers really aware of this? Like, I think in Canada, this is huge news because we're being impacted. Yeah. But I don't know if the average American is really paying that much attention to, are that for us, they necessarily know that we're Canadian.
Our Real Talk live chat powered by Park Power. PNC Bio says, what a great show to put together right now. I'm absolutely fascinated to hear what these entrepreneurs have to say about America-proofing their business. America-proofing the business. That's kind of an interesting way to put it. But at poppybarley.com, you don't have like Canadian flags flying everywhere. You don't necessarily on purpose announce that it's a Canadian brand. It's a lifestyle brand, right? Yeah. Although there it is right on the homepage, designed in Canada for a better future. Maybe I'll eat my words.
No, we added that on Monday, though.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really? In response to this?
Very much so. We were like, you know what? Like, the advantage for us as we talk about potential silver linings is that if the tariffs happen, it eliminates or like diminishes some of our online competition from the US, where, you're a Canadian customer, you're trying to buy, already the exchange rate makes that price way more expensive, and then you add tariffs on it. So I think there is some opportunity for us in the Canadian market that we become an even better option if there is a trade war. But we also really do want to emphasize and lean into, we are a Canadian company with a headquarters in Edmonton, and we do believe that it's important to support Canada and Canadian brands, especially during times like this.